Financial freedom, yeah, that's the goal. Invest your time, invest your soul. Save it, stack it, watch it grow. Generational wealth, Coach Flow.
I want to welcome everyone back to another episode of Generation Investors Podcast. And this is going to be a monumental week. And I'm going to share with you today some stocks that I continue to add to my portfolio, big news, price targets. And if you stay tuned towards the end, you know I got to leave with some motivation, because during these times, I do mean myself, you as well, needs motivation, because it's getting tough. It's getting hard out here. Things are more expensive than it ever has been. And I just want to really put some things on your mind as we start on this new week. And for the first one we want to talk about is Nvidia. Yes, Nvidia has earnings this week. We're talking about the king of AI. We are talking about the king of data centers and chips. Okay, so this week, when I say that it's an important week for AI, Nvidia will have a huge, and I do mean huge, implication on whether the market goes up or down, because we're talking about $1 trillion, one of the biggest companies in the world, if not the top dog, okay? Over everything else, I believe Nvidia, it can go either way, to be honest with you. It can go either way. Earnings can do well, and that can be a pullback. Earnings can do bad, and then it can be reversed and the stock goes up. So I'm gonna keep you updated on which way Nvidia does and which way it goes. But either way, I'm gonna continue to add to my portfolio long term, and hopefully you are doing your due diligence. Like I always have stated, this is not financial advice, this is financial education. Remember, you have to do your own due diligence and continue to do your homework. But I do believe Nvidia long term is on its way. It is on its way. You say where? Past the moon, because price target has it shooting at $380. Right now, there's been a little pullback because of what's going on in the Middle East. There's a war. If you haven't been sleeping on a rock, there's a war that's going on out here. Call it World War III. And with how they are trying to get a deal to end the war, that is yet to be seen. But it also has a say on the stock market as well, because the market doesn't like uncertainty. And so right now it's kind of in limbo, but that's okay, because like I said, long term, I'm gonna continue to add positions to my portfolio. I'm looking to make a minimum of 10K. That's one of my goals, to make a minimum of 10K in Nvidia. And right now I'm halfway there. And so moving on to SPMO. SPMO, the best momentum play. So you say, Coach Flo, I don't like to get risky in these individual stocks. SPMO is the way to go. So if you are a new investor, SPMO, it is one of the best ETFs. And you say, Coach Flo, what is ETF? That is exchange trade fund. Go do your homework, do your research. But SPMO has a basket of stocks like Intel, which has doing well, to be exact. AMD, another one I've shared in the previous episode. Nvidia, Google. So all these individual stocks are in this particular ETF, and SPMO has a lot of momentum to go. I believe it does. And that's why I have some of my portfolio. I'm going to continue to add more positions in my portfolio, as well as my son and his portfolio as well. And so SPMO, looking for this thing to really start picking up steam, especially if Nvidia do well this upcoming week for earnings. Watch SPM go and go up. All right. So we're going to move on to the big dog, Apple. I remember back in 2020 when I first started investing, Apple was one of my main stocks that I bought. Probably one of my first stocks. Okay. And so, like I've stated in the past, Apple, if you have an iPhone, if you have AirPods, Apple Pay, just any Mac, part of the Apple ecosystem, Apple is a no-brainer. It's definitely that long-term banger that you, like I said, do your own due diligence, but don't be just a consumer. Start to invest in something that you already own. And so half the world have an iPhone or some type of Apple product. Why not be you, get some Apple stock? Because Apple is starting to kind of pick up steam himself. The latest price was sitting at like 301, 302. And the analyst is already stating that within the next 6 to 12 months, this thing can go to $400. And I would not be surprised if it go past $400, because in June 8th, within another month or so, there's a Apple conference coming up. And this right here is big for Apple investors. All type of Apple products will be discussed and on display. And Siri, AI, all that's going to be on the table, because they want to see now, since Tim Cook is stepping down and a new CEO is coming into play, what outlook does he have for Apple? And I believe he has a great outlook, if you ask me, because he's been with the company. He's just moving up into this position. So he have a lot of things in store, and I will keep you updated on the conference as we get close to the conference and other plays, other products that's looking to be slanted out in the latter part of this year. And then we want to go to this one right here. I shared it in my last segment. I'm gonna share it again because I see a lot of potential in this one. RDZN, ticker symbol RDZN. This is a new stock. They call this an AI insurance industry. This one right here is, a discount. I'm talking about like $1.80, $1.90, roughly. It bounced back and forth, but I look at this one long term. We're going between price target, analysts saying $5 to $7 in between. And if they can get partnerships with this particular company, watch this mug go past $7. So this one right here, it's a little risky, but at the same time, this has upside. And you want to get into plays like this, stocks like this early. We talking about early to the party, not tardy to the party after things have ran up. So looking to continue to go over 100 shares in this particular play. And I'm definitely going to keep you updated on this one right here. I'm halfway there. And if you stay tuned towards this episode, I want to give a shout out first and foremost. The shout out to Generation Investor Shop. That's one to give a shout out to. Couldn't get it out. But shout out to Generational Investor Shop. I'm going to leave a description below because this is the best shop. I do mean the best shop for investing. This is the best shop for passive income, side hustles, mental health tips, credit card, debt tips, pay off debt. I'm talking about trades, career tips, all that is in this shop. And so go ahead and click on that link in the description to go check out, because this has a wide range of financial education. I'm talking about the one-stop shop, faith, finance, and financial education. And so let's move on to what I've been really, and I'm a positive person first and foremost, but sometimes life can hit you, and it's nothing like something hitting you when you don't see it coming. Okay, you can plan for everything, but sometimes life just hits you with curveballs left and right. And so as we are in this month of May, they labeled this month as Mental Health Awareness Month, which is, I'm going to I'm going to work on another segment for mental health, because this one right here in our community, I believe the conversations, the tips, the preventions, all that needs to be had, needs to be said. And why not say it on a platform like this? Okay. And so in my mind, and I want you as well, start to have positive affirmations with so much negativity around us, whether it's your workspace, whether it's your home life, whether it's you watch the news or not watch the news, if you're on social media, all this pressure, all these influences, all these distractions, whether you got Drake album just dropped, they're saying that there's a doctor credentials that's questionable, all this stuff that's going on. Start speaking positive affirmations over yourself. If you got a girlfriend, if you got a boyfriend, if you got a wife, you got a husband, and if you definitely got kids, start speaking positive affirmations over yourself. This is a no negativity zone on this podcast. Like I said, I'm a positive person. I'm continue to preach and live out positivity. But like I've said, start to practice and declare and decree positive affirmations over yourself, because just like there's a negative aspect to it, there's still a positive aspect to it too. And you have to look at what you're grateful for. That's something to be positive about. And so start small. If you say, you know what, life ain't always been perfect, life have thrown different things at you, start being positive and speaking positive, because the more you start doing it, things will start to turn around and manifest. And my next point, not about platforms. We have so many gurus, you have so many people who have different type of podcasts, and you have the metas, aka Facebook, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, all these different social media platforms. And some people just like to be seen, like to be heard, but I'm more about impact. I'm not worrying about becoming famous, or if that happens, great, but I'm more concerned about impact. That's the question you have to ask yourself. If you're looking to do some great things, influence other individuals, are you making an impact? Or are you just trying to have your own name out there and be self-proclaimed and just poke your chest out and say, I've done this and I've done that? Got to check your heart. It's all about impact. And want to leave you with asset protection. Got to have asset protection. We got opportunities to make a lot of money. You have opportunities to make a lot of money at your job. You have a lot of opportunities to go to different cities, different states, get scholarships for all my graduates coming up 2026, whether it's high school, college. You have opportunities out here. The goal is to protect your assets. You got some type of deed, you got some will, you got insurance, all that. Protect your assets, because it's people out here who looking to take what you're trying to build, what you're trying to generate, and what you're trying to create. So you can make all the money in the world, but how do you keep it? That's the question. And how you keep it? Asset protection. Look at different ways you can protect your assets, your capital, your money, land, property, investments, asset protection. That's the key. So if you have enjoyed this episode, smash that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know, are you buying SPMO, Apple, Nvidia, RDZN, and what other stocks in the comment below are you buying? Not just these, there are so many other stocks. So leave me a comment below. If, like I said, there's more in store. God has more in store. This is just the beginning. So continue to speak positive affirmations, no negativity, and you will go to the next level. Peace.